everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's your host, Arlette, and we are joined here today by Zach and Akila. Welcome, you two. How are we feeling today?
Good, good.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Good. It's good to have you both back. We did have you on episode 84 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love, where you ended up matching.
Is it a yes for you for him? Yes. And is it a yes for you for her?
Yes, yeah.
We got a match! I'll take the mic. Go ahead and get your lady. Make some noise for them.
All right. And now let's kind of dive into how the experience went for you. Tell me all about it, Akila. How was it for you?
I mean, where do I start? You mean like from, you mean like from
Yeah,
like the taping? Like,
yeah, like tell me, what made you want to apply, then once you got there, were your expectations met? Like, was there anything surprising? Like, just tell me about the experience itself for you.
I mean, honestly, I applied, but not with the expectation that I was gonna be selected. But
Uh-huh.
once I was a little bit nervous at first. I kept kind of like saying, "Oh no, not this time, next time," and then I ended up finally attending, and definitely had a great time. The women there were all very nice. Zach was definitely a gentleman. So yeah, I think it was overall a good experience.
Okay, good. What about you, Zach?
I would honestly say the same thing. I really didn't think y'all were going to call me, if I'm being honest. And I was, happy you did. I enjoyed coming out to Phoenix for the first time. It was my first time ever being out there.
Nice.
Akila was very nice. Some of the other men were, really cool too. We still keep up a bit, so I had a great time
Good.
coming out.
Okay, nice. Well, you know how we do on these catch ups. Let's go ahead and dive right on in. Get to the juicy part. So, since you guys ended up matching, have you gone on a date?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good, good, good. Tell me all about it. Since you answered, let's hear from you, Akila.
Um, we went out as soon as we matched. Actually, that night, we went out by
Good.
ourselves. So that was really cool. Like it was very natural. Like I don't know, I had a good time. Like I said, like we were vibing for sure, and we even went out once we went home too a few times as well.
Oh, wow. Okay,
Mhm.
where'd you guys go? Did you go to a restaurant? You went to a lounge? Do you remember?
I guess it was a restaurant lounge.
Okay.
Yeah. We went and got some Mexican the second
Mm.
time we hung out.
Yeah,
And then we went and played mini golf the
yeah,
third time. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so
We went
after
out
the
to eat too. We went to the food works place.
I don't even remember
You don't remember the food works
that.
place, the soul food, the barbecue?
I do remember that. Yeah.
Okay.
That was the same night we went and
Yeah,
played
that
mini
was the
golf.
same night. Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
Okay, so after you guys left Arizona, how long were you in Arizona first off after your filming?
I left
Just
the
till the
next
next
day.
day.
Yeah,
Okay, you both left the next day. Okay, and where are you guys located again?
Atlanta. Yeah, the same place.
Atlanta. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
you guys got lucky. You were both in the same state.
Mhm.
And so after you went back home, clearly you guys kept in communication because you went on another date.
Mhm.
Okay, was it like texting, FaceTime?
He called me every night, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, all
Yeah, it
right
was all
Yeah.
the stuff. I was
now,
I was definitely trying to put my best foot forward, and I try to be a very intentional dater. I don't like to waste anyone's time. So, I was trying to be very intentional and talking and planning things for sure.
Okay, good. We like to hear that. And then, so you guys said once you got back home, how soon after did you guys go on that second date?
I
That
think it's
following Wednesday.
Wednesday. Yeah, that Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh, all right, nice. That's really good. And have there been any other dates since then? Are you guys still in communication?
We are not in communication.
No, what
Yeah.
happened?
So I guess that's time for me to talk now.
Yes.
Okay,
so
yeah.
we went on 3 dates in probably like a week span of time. So that same day, that Wednesday, and then that Friday, and then I think we hung out, just like watched a movie or something like that. That following week, so we hung out maybe like 4 or 5 times.
Hmm.
And things were honestly going really well. Akila's really nice. I think that she was Like if I write down all the stuff that I'd be like, I want this on paper, I want that, I want that. She was all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just never really, I'm very religious and I was praying about it and I just never really got that like green light from God, like this is your person. And there were a few more like specific things that I think that like I was a little picky about. Um, but it
Okay.
wasn't anything like super
Like what?
detrimental
What
or
was it? Because I saw Akila go like what? So you got to tell us now. What? Like what?
it wasn't anything too crazy, honestly. I'm honestly trying to think. I probably should have thought about this before I got here because this was all of this happened so quick. Like it
Yeah, it
started,
did move fast. We did
it
move kind of
moved quick,
fast.
and it was over within like 2 weeks. So
Mm,
it's been it's been over a month now.
Yeah.
okay.
Um, I remember initially I just was unsure about her. I remember I told her that I hadn't really made my decision up about anything. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
even really know why I was unsure. I just remember I had like this strong feeling of uncertainty
Mm,
at first. And I talked to her about it. And I was like, look, I'm just not really sure about this. It's nothing that you've really done right now that I can think of. But I just know that, I just knew that I wasn't like invested. I was like, this is not going as organically as it was in the very beginning, probably like 2 weeks in. So I told her that. I told her I was like, yeah, give me a day or two to think about things. And then after that,
mm,
I told her I was like, look, I want you to be with somebody that you're sure about. And that's not me right now. So I think that it's probably best that I take a step back. Um,
okay.
she didn't take that super well at first.
Who would
What?
take that well, Zach?
No, no, no,
She,
no.
I'm messing with her. I'm
But
messing with her.
no,
Yeah,
no. Don't just say do not
yeah.
play.
I'm messing with her. I'm messing with her. She took it fine. Yeah. Like I told her,
Okay.
at first she didn't respond, and then I said something else that was a little pushy, and then
Mm,
she did respond, and I was
Yeah,
wrong for even saying anything else, right?
exactly.
Because she's allowed all the time in the world to, take her time and respond at her own pace.
mm-hmm.
And so then she said something, and I was like, I understand, wish you the best. And then she came back and was like, you know what? I probably shouldn't have responded like that. And it wasn't even anything really bad, if I'm just being honest, right? But it probably just wasn't the response that I was expecting.
He was just
Um,
Okay.
impatient. You were impatient.
I was because I texted her that, and then I think it was like
In the
a
middle of
day.
a work day.
It was like a day went
What did
by,
you?
so I
What
texted.
happened? Like, what did you say?
I just told her like, hey, I really enjoy you, but I'm just not really sure, about us continuing to talk, and I just don't think that this is something that's working for me right now.
Okay.
I texted her that on like a Wednesday or something like that, and then she didn't respond. It's like Thursday the next day, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, I got my feelings hurt a little bit because I'm like, dang,
But
like,
you breaking
I,
up with her? What do you mean? Like,
because
Exactly.
I could have ghosted her. I could have just not said anything. But I was like, I took the time to at least say something.
You
So I was
already
like,
told me you already had let me you already pre-warned me though. Like you had already
yeah.
told me. So
No,
the extra
you're absolutely in the right. I'm just telling you my mindset. I was completely wrong, and like even responding the second time, and I didn't go off on her or anything like that. I was just like, wow, like that says something about you if you don't even have enough respect for me to respond, and that wasn't right for me to say
Mhm.
because that was
mm,
making a statement about her character, and she honestly was very nice the whole time. It was uncalled for. Um,
okay. So,
and
what
so that
type
was
of response were you looking for when you sent that?
anything. She didn't say anything at all.
Okay,
I was just looking for a response. Like,
got it.
I understand. Thanks for letting me know. Anything, but it was just like she didn't respond, and then she's just like posting on social media, and I'm like, dang, like I could have just ghosted her. Like,
Oh my god. Okay, so
but
Akila, when he sent you that message, did it come off as a shock, or were you having like the same kind of feelings?
It wasn't a shock. It was first of all, it was a text message. It was a paragraph. It moved a work day. And
Okay.
honestly, I remember what day it was. It was a Tuesday, and you know what I do on Tuesdays.
what do
My
you do?
whole mindset my whole mindset was thrown off,
Mm,
and I was just not feeling like I felt like I'm one of those people where like if I'm gonna respond genuinely, I need to respond in a mind state, in a mindset where I'm emotionally like neutral, if that
yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I didn't
Mhm.
want to respond out of like emotion, but I ain't gonna lie. His second message, I was like, okay, you want a response? I'll give you a response. You know what I'm saying? Like I was gonna respond
Yeah.
on my own time, but you want a
Uh-huh.
response? I'll give you one. And I end up doubling it back and being like, you know what? My response wasn't out of me my genuine like care, like who I you normally am, like on my neutral state.
Uh-huh.
And you know, I'm like he said, I'm a nice person. So when I'm a nice person, I'm gonna respond very kindly. You know, like I understand. But he apologized for it. So there's no hard feelings about that. He apologized and
So
he already took accountability.
when he said the second message, that's when he said that's what you not responding says a lot about your character. That's what.
Yes,
Okay, and
yes.
so how did you respond to that?
I was like, I don't even remember what I said. Honestly, I gotta pull out the message. But I know I was like, I said something like just going off. I mean, honestly, since we're there, everything he said about how, you know, the dynamic of us getting to know each other went is accurate. I think the only thing I had a problem with was the love bombing. I had a problem with that. I genuinely did. And that's where I was like, okay, you just did all this. You didn't have to say all that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do the love bombing. Like to get to know somebody. You could just be we just get to know each other. But I think it was
What's your
the
definition of love bombing? Not to interrupt you. I just want to know what you mean by that.
or you said told you could just move in. You talk about moving in how many times? I know you were kidding, but like you don't have to keep saying that. You did. Oh, don't let me pull up my messages. Don't let me pull. Don't let me
Zach,
pull
did
up.
you say that?
You
Did
said
you
it in
say that?
person too.
I
You said
said
it in
it. I
person.
said it jokingly. I mean, we had
I
only known
know
each
he
other.
was jokingly, but don't
Yeah,
say
like
that. I don't think you
we
should say that to somebody.
we had only known each other 2 weeks. Like, and she
I
knows that
didn't
that
take it
wasn't.
literally. I'm not saying I took it literally, but saying things like that is not needed. Like to me, I feel like
Okay.
that's not needed. To get to know each other, you don't gotta say all that. Like just be chill. I was like, why were you being extra then? Like that's how I kind of feel. Like you didn't have to be extra about it. We can get to know each other. We can be cool. We can cordially. If it's not working out, it's not working out. It's cool. We move on. Like I said, even at the end of all that, we talked after the episode aired. We was
Mhm.
cool. I'm still cool with him. He's still like we cool, but like I just didn't appreciate that part.
Okay. You felt like he love bombed you like from the beginning until when he sent that
Yes.
message?
Yes.
Okay. So then it did
No,
catch you
don't say
off.
no. Whatever you
I didn't
say.
say anything.
No, I see your face expression though. Yes, you did.
So the
I don't have
message did
to.
throw you off then because you were like, "Wait, what's going on?"
Well, when
This
he
is
called me, okay, before the message was sent, he kind of called me and said he was unsure. So that part I was thrown off about a little bit, but I can't change nobody's feeling. Like if that's how he feeling, that's how he feeling. It's cool.
yeah.
So we sent the paragraph. It wasn't unexpected.
Paragraph was the same day as the call.
No, it's the next day.
The
I
next
was
day.
okay with that. Like I wasn't. I just didn't know how to respond at the time. That's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna respond on my own time. Or if I
Mhm.
want to respond. At first I was like, I wasn't even sure if I wanted to respond. Like
Yeah.
I had already went through the like, should I respond? Should I not respond? But I feel like his message was pretty clear. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, you made it clear, like, okay, you want me to like it, heart it. I mean, if that's what you wanted, I understand it, but I didn't know what else to say. But that's really what it came down to at the end of the day.
Okay. Zach, did you feel like you were love bombing?
No.
Okay.
Like I the same way I was like very honest about
Sir,
everything for forefront. Like I never sold her any dreams. I never was like
sir,
I didn't interrupt you. I never sold her any dreams. I never was like, oh yeah, I'm about to start shopping for wedding rings. I'm about to all of this. I told her the day we met. I said,
Mhm.
look, I want to take things very slow. I told her, I was like, I'm speaking to other women right now. I didn't hide that at all. So like I don't understand how it goes from like, okay, I want to take things slow. I wanted this to I play around a lot. That's even something I said on the show. I'm very goofy. I play around all the time. She
Mhm.
was looking for a new apartment. And one day I was like, you don't gotta look for a new apartment. You just come move in with me. I was joking.
you said
Like
that more than once.
I was still joking. You because you were talking to me every day about moving
I
into an
know you was
apartment.
joking. I knew you
And
was
so if you
joking. But it's
know,
the fact
so
that you said it so many times. I'm like, okay,
Akila,
like,
I might have said it maybe twice, and I definitely, if you would have been like, "Could I really move in with you?" I would have absolutely been like, "No." That was not. I can't tell you what to take serious, but you know me, Akila. Like I play around a lot about everything, and like I absolutely am very romantic. I'm very intentional, but I never sold her any dreams. I never sold her any fantasies. I never started like planning stuff out for a future or any of that. So like for me to get accused of love bombing, like I just don't agree with it. I mean, she's allowed to have her opinion,
Mhm.
but I just don't agree with that at all because I always kept everything forefront. Even when I talked to her the day before I sent her the paragraph and ended things, she was like, I wish you would have just made your decision before you talk to me, because I'm the type of person where I like to talk to talk to people and talk about my feelings as they come in real time.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me, she was like, yeah, I wish you would have just waited. So like, I don't understand how I'm the type of person that like talks about my feelings in real time and how I'm thinking and how I'm feeling to love bombing. Like, I
But
just
look what
don't.
you just
So
said. You said you talk about your feelings in real time. So there was a point where you did really like me.
I'm
There was a
not
point.
saying I'm
That's what
not
I'm
saying
saying.
that
So in that moment, you were saying things that you may not see it as love bombing, but it is.
I was just being honest with you. I told you that there was a real spark there. And I
Okay.
was like, this is the first time I've been excited to get to know somebody in a long time.
Okay.
That was
You did
true.
say that.
That's not love bombing. That's just me being honest with you about my feelings. And it was the truth.
okay, so Zach, what was the actual reason for you breaking up with her? Because you're saying you prayed about it, but you weren't getting responses. But there has to be more than that. Because if you're saying you know, like you told her you were excited to get to know her, there were sparks. What actually happened?
It wasn't one single thing. And it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't really anything that like I feel like is large. Like it wasn't anything that like I feel like makes her a bad person or anything like that. For me personally, the big one was like that confirmation from God. Like I prayed about it every single night, and I try to lean into him, I try to listen to him, and I just never got that. I could sit here and nitpick a few other like smaller things that are like we on like anything else I would say is something that like we could have worked through, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm really not trying to like just start nitpicking or anything like that, because anything I will say is like, okay, we can work on that. We can work on that. We can work on that. But the big thing was to me like I just wasn't really getting that confirmation from God.
So now
Kind of in a
you did mention you were talking to other women. So now did these other women spark your interest more than Akila?
no, it I'm not I wasn't really in the headspace of like really trying to actively pursue anybody else. It wasn't like, oh, I'm choosing them over choosing her. Akila had most of my interests.
Okay.
But I will say one thing that like she did tell me that did make me a little uneasy is she told me that she's working on her relationship with like the church,
Mm-hmm.
because she has like kind of a, I don't want to say a troubled background, but she just has like, something there to where like it's a little it's a sensitive subject for her to go, and she just doesn't like going every Sunday. And if I'm
Okay.
being completely honest, right, like I go to church every
Mm-hmm.
Sunday I can. And I want somebody that likes to go to church with me and is excited to go with me every Sunday. That's not something, but again, that's something we can work on, right? But that's just like a one small thing that I didn't really care for. I didn't particularly care for some of her other personal hobbies, if I'm just being honest. Again, not really a big deal, but that's her life. You know what I mean? It doesn't have anything to do with me. And that could just be something that's temporary. That
Mm-hmm.
again, if we continue into the relationship, she may or may not keep doing. But if I'm being honest, like I wasn't a big fan of one of her like active hobbies. And I didn't want to offend her, and I didn't, and she and I've never said this to her. I didn't want to bring that up
No,
to
you
her. I
never
didn't want
said
her to be
that.
self-conscious. I didn't want her to be self-conscious about it,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't something that I was used to. It wasn't something that I was aligned with, and I was keeping an open mind about it because I did see a lot of potential with her. But if I like 100% transparent, I don't think if I had that initial interest in the first place, that regularly I would entertain somebody that has a hobby like that.
Okay. And Akila, what's the hobby? Because you're smiling like you know what he's talking about.
It's pole fitness. I don't. Okay, first of
Pole
all, I am
dancing.
I am not an exotic dancer. Okay, I go
Okay.
to a pole studio. We do strength and conditioning. We do dance at a studio.
Okay.
In fact, I enjoy doing it, and he never mentioned this to me. This is the first time I'm hearing this, and he acted like he was in support of it, and so I just felt like you could have just been honest about how you felt about it. That doesn't mean I was gonna stop doing what I was doing just to be with you, though. Just make sure that's clear. But you
Yeah.
could have just been transparent about that. And then going back to the church thing, you're absolutely right. And I told you I was raised Seventh-day Adventist. I wasn't used to going to church on a Sunday. I was to go to church on a Saturday. Like you
Mm.
have to understand, that's a whole entire different belief system that I grew up with that I'm trying to navigate through that. So it doesn't, that's why I even said on the show when we were filming, I even said, but you weren't there yet. I said it to the previous guy, like, hey, I'm not somebody who goes to church every week, but the relationship is still there. That has not changed. It's just how I navigate going to church has changed because I don't even know. Like, I have to understand. Like, you got to go backwards. If you grew up in something, you was born into something, and you don't even understand why you was doing what you was doing. You want to be as an adult, making sure you're making the right decisions and making the right moves for your own education, for your own self. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to make sure that that's clear. We clear that up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she told me that. We talked about it, like she explained it out.
But you never
And
had no opinions. I was trying to get your opinion on it. I was trying to see your perspective. You never said nothing. You just like, oh, okay.
I did. I told you that I was like, I said the same exact thing. I was like, it is something that I prefer my partner to do,
You did.
but it's
You
something
did.
that we can work on. And it's something we could have worked on. Again, that wasn't a deal breaker. The pole dancing wasn't a deal breaker. We're trying to nitpick right now. And it's like these are both things. For one, pole dancing doesn't define you. It's something that you might not even be doing in a year. You know what I mean? Like there's
It's
so
for
much.
fun. It's
That's what I'm
fun.
saying. Like
It builds strength.
right.
Like I've never
There's
felt so. I feel so strong. Like I'm lifting my own body weight. Like
yeah.
not
And you
everybody can
were
do that.
and you were so excited about it. I didn't want you to have any sort of insecurity about that at all. And that's why I didn't want to bring it up because it's like, if this doesn't really work out anyway, what's the point of even bringing it up now? There's so many other things that we need to talk about and discuss that was so much more important than that to me that it was like, okay, if this really is worth fighting for, we can work with that and we can address that later on. But I'm just being honest about some of the reservations that I had because even when I told you the last time we talked, you were like, I told you I had a list of things, and you were like, "What are they?" And I was like, "I really don't want to talk about them." But then you were like, "Well, at least give me one." And then we talked about the one. That was one of the things on the list that we just never got a chance to talk about.
At the end of the day, you wasn't even ready in the first place. Like let's start from the beginning.
What makes you say that?
Because in the very beginning, the first day, the first thing he said was how he wanted, like he mentioned like his previous relationship and when it ended, everything like that. I kind of got the sense, and I told him this too. I kind of got the sense that he probably wasn't 100% there. And in that same paragraph that I sent to him, I even said like I asked you on the show, what makes you think you're ready? And you provided a response to me. And then now that it's happening, now it's like, oh, I'm actually not ready. This is actually something I don't want. So I'm like, why even? That's why I said you could have told me from the beginning. We could have
But that's
saved
not
all.
that's not what I told you. I never told you that I wasn't ready. I just told you that I didn't think that we were a good match. It wasn't about me
You
being
never
ready.
said anything about being a good match. You never said that. You said you wanted to take a step back,
Yeah, because we weren't a good match. Like
but you didn't say that part. See, that part is silent. You never said that.
I'm pretty sure I did,
You
but
never
So,
said that.
so Akila, did you have any reservations, or were there any red flags that came up for you, or anything while you guys were in that talking phase?
Yes, I kind of felt like he was a little bit like the first date. I said that's why I said the first date. I felt like he was a little bit like I'm like it's not giving somebody who is gonna be all the way there right away. Like I kind of felt that. Like I hear what he's telling me, I hear how he's moving, but I don't feel it. Like I kind of knew that from beginning, but I'm one of those people who are like, I don't want to prejudge people. I want to let it play out and see how, because I could be wrong. I mean, I wanted to see how it happened. And then the other thing was, like he said, how do I say it? I don't really. I think okay. How do I say this? So up until the breakup, I didn't really have no big issues. It was afterwards, we had the call we had afterwards, where had me be like, yeah, we were not gonna work out anyways. Cause he made, like I said, he catch to say that he makes jokes, but to me, I didn't find everything that he said was funny to me. I don't think that's funny. Like he tried to assume that I would want to break the window. He trying to joke, oh, I'm surprised you want to break the windows on my car. That's not even me. That's why it's not funny. I'm like, that's not even my personality or something I would do. See, he laughing because he know he said that. I'm like, that's not even funny. I was like, what? I was like, why would I want to do that? I don't really care that much. Like we weren't even we weren't even in a relationship. Like that's how I kind of thought. Like I was like, yeah, nah. Like our humor was not gonna
Wasn't
register.
matching up.
Nah, definitely not. It was not gonna work
Okay.
long term. He was gonna piss me off. He
Oh
was
my
gonna be mad that
goodness.
I was pissed off. Like nah, like
Oh God.
no.
Man. Okay. Well, that is definitely unfortunate. But are you guys seeing other people now? You dating? Like, how's the dating life looking now? Let's start with you, Zach.
I'm chilling. I'm trying to make this
Okay.
money. Yeah.
All right, Akila.
I mean, I'm not in a relationship with anyone.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So now, are you guys working on any personal projects or anything that the viewers can tune in and support you with? Let's start with Akila.
Yeah, I'm looking to create like more content. I'm actually still fulfilling what I said on the show. Like, I really do want to start like a nonprofit,
Mm,
and I want to get back to the communities that my family came from, but also even right here at home, like in Atlanta. That was something I still am planning to do. So definitely stay tuned with that.
okay.
Um,
Zach, what about for yourself?
Oh, absolutely. So I'm the sales lead for Studio R&B. I think I shouted out the day of the show. It's a real estate development company that specializes in architectural design and structural engineering services. So to put that into English language for most people who are like, what is that? We build homes, businesses, pretty much anything. So anybody who wants a renovation or anything like that done, hit us up. We got you. We work around the country.
Okay, very nice. Well, unfortunately, it didn't work between the two of you guys, but good luck, with dating, career, any of your hobbies, whatever you put your mind to. Good luck to the both of you. And thank you so much for coming and speaking with us today. And everyone at home, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you all next time.